Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I would also like to welcome Spirit into this reading and say thank you for the messages we are about to receive. This is a work and career reading for Gemini from the 28th of January to the 10th of February 2019. Please don't forget to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. And if you like the decks I'm using, I put them down in the description box and I put in links to Amazon and eBay so you can buy these decks. Just click on the links. And don't forget to watch my deck walkthrough series and your 2019 spreads that I have linked at the end of the video. So this is, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if these messages resonate with you. So this is a general energy read, and then I will do the general tarot read for you afterwards. So the first card is teamwork and collaboration. You might be working with a team of people and you've needed to, you've been collaborating or getting in touch with a lot of people, communicating a lot of ideas. You're going through some kind of financial crisis at this particular moment. And maybe... and you're trying to resolve a lot of problems. So there's a lot of money problems that you're having at the moment, and you're trying to deal with that at this particular moment. You're hoping to move away from it. You can see this horse running away from the problems. So you can see that you're trying to deal with these, and you're trying to leave behind all these problems that you've been having. So if you had some important decisions to make in the past, and you needed to prioritize and focus on your goals. So maybe you lost your way a bit, and you needed to get back. You needed to get back to, your balance, and get back on your road, on your goals. Fix on your goals again. So get back your sense of direction. So going into the future, you've got seeking employment over here. So maybe this financial crisis means that you're looking for a job that will pay you higher, in order to overcome these problems. Now, you will be receiving a lot of information and messages. So you might be putting out a lot of CVs, putting out a lot of feelers to find out how you can get a new job. And you will get some information or feedback from whatever you've been doing as far as putting out information. Okay, so those are the energies for those 2 weeks. So this is the Bright Idea deck. I like using this deck. It's a lovely deck. I put it in the description box, so click on that link. It is quite a rare deck, but very, very lovely. Okay. So lots of things going on here. You've been spending a lot of time by yourself. Maybe you've been doing a lot of research. Maybe you've been doing some studying. You've been doing a lot of communication. You can see that you've got the contemplation card over here. This is the Four of Swords. So you've been, going through a lot of information, really. So doing a lot of research as well. Trying to find some answers. Trying to find the truth of the situation in order to sort your problems out. So whatever problem you're facing, you're doing some research on it and trying to find solutions to your problems, really. So what's going on with you? You've got a decision to make over here, and this is a debate card. So you're trying to decide what to do. You're standing back. You haven't made that decision yet, and it is a decision where you have to consider all the the pros and the cons of it. It's more like a legal decision, so it is an unemotional decision that needs to be made. Maybe you're waiting for a decision to come to you, a legal decision, something to do with some kind of formality, some kind of issue that involves legalities, and maybe you're waiting for that to come. So there's been a lot of problems, and maybe something that involved, the law was brought into the circumstance, and you're waiting for that decision to be made at this particular moment. You've got the Union card up here, so you've got a lot of support going on around you. Somebody that's there. This is a collaboration. This could be you're making some kind of business decision. Maybe choosing a business partner, waiting for somebody to come in and give you that helping hand. And there looks like there's somebody that's very supportive around you in your workplace, a very good friendship that you have, and this person comes in to help you. But you're waiting there's some decision pending, some legal decision pending, and you're waiting for that to come through. So you're at that crossroads, and this is the thing. This decision is going to be the thing that helps you move forward. Now, like I said, there's somebody there that's very helpful, very supportive. It might be a business partner. It could be somebody that you're just working with that's there to give you that support that you need and help you, stay grounded. So here you have another decision card. You've got in the past here, you've got some decision that you needed to make as well, and it's with regards to money or work or a job, maybe choosing a job. It was something that was, you had to make a decision quite imminently, because you've got the wolf over there, and this person's trying to decide whether to call the fire brigade or use the saw himself to cut himself out of this from under this tree. So there's obstacles that you were facing, and you needed to make some kind of decision this past year, and maybe this decision is coming to a head right now, where it was not so important to make the decision quickly to change jobs maybe, but now it's coming ahead because there's some kind of legality that is coming on as well. So there are 3 2s over here. So you're definitely at a crossroads, some kind of big thing that you have to decide at this particular moment. And you've got the conflict card over here. So 4 2s. I don't think I've ever seen this before. So in the space of the past and going into the future, you've got all 4 2s that have come out. So you're in a conflict situation. People talking and gossiping behind your back, and you need to make a decision about who you can trust and who you can't trust. You can see that you're very, very defensive over here, but people are still gossiping, and it's a really nasty situation to be in. So maybe this is why you want to change jobs. You've got to decide what you want to do as far as your work goes, whether you stay in it or go. And there's some kind of a decision, a legal matter that has to be decided as well. And then you've got the 2 over here with the union card, so this is a friendship decision as well. So there's a big decision that is coming up, and it seems to be divinely guided, and it seems to be something that's going to change your life. So you've got 4 2s over here, which is saying that you definitely are facing a crossroads in your life right now, and you're evaluating the situation as well. You're standing back, having a look at the situation, and deciding what you want to do over here with the 7 of Pentacles. You're deciding whether or not it's worth staying in this particular post, because you've invested a lot of effort into this particular job, and you're trying to make a decision as to whether or not you want to stay in it or leave. Now you've got the Temperance card over here, which is a synthesis card over here. So you're very good at what you do. You're an expert at it, actually. It involves a lot of intricate, fine work over here, and you're very, very trained up to do this particular thing. You're quite an expert at this particular job, and you're very trained up to do it. So you're trying to make that decision about what to do next, and you're trying to keep a very balanced attitude towards it. So you're using you are getting some advice from people around you, and that's very important advice for you to take. And you are at that particular point where you're trying to make that decision and trying to keep yourself quite balanced with the Temperance card. And you're also drawing a lot on your experience as well, whatever you've learned in the past with this card. So you've got the Magician card over here. You're trying to manifest at this particular moment. You're working very, very hard. It's something that's, you're very capable of doing this job. You're very, very good at it. But you're working very, very hard. And you've got a lot of things. You're juggling a lot of things. There's a lot of communications. You're working to deadlines. You're trying to balance your family life. You're using you're thinking a lot. It's a job that involves a lot of intellectual work as well. So you're pretty busy at this moment. You're in the zone, if you like. Now, with a lot of effort around you, it looks like you're going to have a good payoff from it. So whatever effort you put into this work, even though you're working so hard, you're going to reap the benefits of it. You can see they're flying the planes that this person has been working on. So you will end up, achieving, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. Now, you want to leave this particular job that you're doing. So this is probably the decision that you're trying to make, whether or not you want to stay in it, or, whether it's worth your while, are the people around you supportive of you. So you're trying to reach that point, and you're very unhappy in this particular job that you're doing, and you do just want to walk away. So let's see what comes up with that. So you've got the Variance card, you've got the Wholeness card, and you've got Confrontation. So with the variance card, it's talking about being very disappointed. Whatever you've been working on hasn't turned out exactly like you wanted. You had plans in place, but you are very disappointed. You may be beating yourself up about it, maybe saying that, you put in so much of effort, but nothing worked out the way you wanted it to come. And the wholeness card is the world card, which is completeness. So maybe you are going to leave this job and move away to something new. Something new comes along. The world card is a completion of a cycle. It's a completion of that particular job. So it looks like, you feel like you've reached the end phase of this particular thing. This is the highest point that you can possibly reach, and you want to move on. So after the world cards comes the fool cards. That's a brand new beginning. And, and the magician card, which is a number 1. So you're trying to, you end the cycle, or the cycle is trying to end. So maybe this is the turning point in your life where you decide that you want to walk away from this, and it looks like you're not going to get any further in this particular job, and you seem to be having problems with people around you that you're working with. Maybe this is the reason why you want to leave. There's a lot of confrontation going on over here, a lot of arguments, a lot of bickering. You feel like you're in a crisis situation with the people that you're working with. So it looks like you want to end the cycle, and it looks like it will end, and you will be able to move on. You might be doing some traveling as well. So maybe the new job that you take on is going to take you out of the situation and take you out into the world. Maybe the situation that you are in, or the work that you are in, is just too closed up for you. It's too restricting. So it looks like you will end the cycle because, you don't seem to be very happy at all. You've got the 3 of Swords over here, which is or variance, it says, but it seems like whatever you're doing, whatever efforts you're doing, it's not turning out exactly like you wanted it, and you want your freedom. And, it's causing more problems to stay in this particular job than it is to actually continue in it because of all this confrontation that is happening. So it looks like maybe you will end this job and move on to something new. So you do want to take your things and move, and you're reaching a point of decision. It looks like you are going to make that choice and move on. Okay, so this is the Think and Grow Rich Prosperity cards. Let's just draw 3 cards from here. It's more of an oracle deck. So the first card is decide. So there definitely is a decision you have to make about whether you want to leave or you want to stay. And it's important for you to decide. So decide at the outset whether it is you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower. The difference is in compensation is vast. So you're going to have to decide whether you want to stay and put up with all the nonsense that is going on around you, or you want to move on and do something better and open the doors so that you become a leader. So you have to decide whether you want to be a leader or a follower. And that's your biggest decision that you're going to have to make. And you have to have the self-confidence to make this decision. So if you make the decision to leave, you've got to go all out and put everything into it. If you decide to stay, you still have to have the self-confidence to be able to carry it off. So a big decision coming up for you, definitely a decision. And always learning. And that says, successful men in all callings never stop acquiring specialized knowledge related to their major purpose, business, or profession. So, you might need to go and do some kind of course, some kind of further studying. So you might need to leave the situation because it doesn't seem to be going any further. You've got to make the decision because there's all the 2s have come out plus the decide card. So you're going to have to make some kind of decision and have the self-confidence to pull it through. Know that, whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision. No matter what that decision is, it's going to be the right decision for you. But you will have to make a decision. Okay. You've got another 2 coming out, the 2 of Winter over here, which says, indecision is holding you back. Make choices that are best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. So you are at a turning point. You are at a decision-making point, and this decision has to be made. This choice needs to be made, and you have to stop trying to please other people. You make the decision based on what you love or what's best for you. Stress that comes, the 8 of Spring, stress that comes from having too many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. So the 8 of Spring is the 8 of Rods, so things start moving, information coming to you, and you are going to be a little bit stressed. You've got the Magician card over here, which is a card of stress. So you are a bit stressed about making this decision, but things will start moving. So, any kind of stagnation you have has to come to an end. You might also be traveling, flying, taking an international trip with this 8 of Spring as well. Then you've got the Nine of Summer, which says wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. So this is a really good card. This is the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment. So something is going to come into your arena that, you know, whatever you've been wishing for, whatever you've been hoping for is going to come true. But you're going to have to decide and make a very important decision whether to stay or whether to move on. In the meantime, you are dealing with some confrontation situation over here, but it seems like, you know, with the World card, this is as far as it goes, and you, like I said, you might do some international traveling as well with this World card. So maybe you make the decision to leave the situation and travel, or do a job that involves more communication with people outside than just being stuck in this arena. Because Gemini does love its freedom at the end of the day. You do like your freedom and freedom of mind, freedom of, you know, of person. And it looks like the decision that you need to make needs to, you need to think about that. So sorry about the light. I hope that this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if it has. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.